Good afternoon. Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep. My name is Savitri Krishnamurthy. I teach English and logic at BYJU'S. Today we're going to look at verbal ability. We're going to look at 3 topics in verbal ability which will help you do well in any aptitude test. Fill in the blanks, an integral part of all non-CAT exams, especially in MAT, which you will be appearing or you have already probably started. And synonyms and antonyms, which will help you fill in the blanks properly. And then sentence correction. Hello Victor, hello Priyanshi. Victor, voice isn't okay. The mic is not okay. I will just call my tech person, okay? I will make it. Or is it my voice that you're objecting to? Is it my voice that has gone? Okay. नहीं, न्यू ईयरफोन कहाँ स्टूडियो से कर रही हूँ. But I will just call my tech person and ask him that there is no sound. Alright? Just give me a second. No one can hear me? No one can hear me? We are setting it right. Give me voice with some particular sound. Alright. Clear? Push a yes if you can. Hello? Can you hear me, guys? Say yes if you can. Quickly. Am I audible? Not yet? Yes? Okay, Nidhi. That's good. Nidhi is the first one who gave me a positive. Thank you, Victor. Thank you so much. All right. Me and technology, we always at loggerheads. So when I am around, there's generally some technical glitch or the other. Kuch to hota hai. All right, let's start with the first without much ado. Now, when you're looking at fill in the blanks, you have to first see the sentence, understand the meaning, the intended meaning. You have to look at it as if you are speaking the sentence. Then you have to look at the options. All right? The options which will complete the sentence most meaningfully. All right? The farmers dashed by the dam project demanded dash land as compensation. So these are farmers. There's a dam project. What happens to farmers when there is a dam project? Abhay Shankar Mishra, actually I was very surprised that I would be taking online classes and doing well at it. I can set up my own sound and camera and all. I'm not that bad, but yeah, just that glitches happen more often than not. Alright, I'm seeing a lot of answers for B, a couple of answers for D as well. So let's first look at D. What does dissemble mean, guys? Disperse means to scatter, right? Disperse means to scatter. Fallow means idle or barren, right? So fallow land is land left idle without cultivation, or dispersed means scattered. Displaced means you are at one place, you are told you go away, we are putting something else. So they have been removed from their place. Arable means fertile. Cultivable. Disseminated. What does disseminate means? Disseminate is also like spread, disseminate ideas. Dissemble means actually to pretend or to hide. So which one do you think now is the best option? B. They are displaced by the dam project. They don't want arid land. Arid land is infertile, dry land. Alright? So they are displaced and they want arable or fertile land. Okay? Alright. Next one. The academic book review is on life support. When somebody is on life support, what does that mean? In very bad shape, in very bad health. So external machines are doing the work of internal organs because the internal organs are not functioning. So when somebody is on life support system, he is in a very, very bad shape. Academic book review is in very bad shape. If it dies, a vital dash of our dash ecosystem will vanish. Vital what of our what ecosystem? Please be careful, okay? Prasanna, be very careful. There may be, the first options may match, but you have to look at an option where both the options match perfectly. So sometimes you may have a first option which fits perfectly, but the second option doesn't match. In some, you have both options matching okay, but that is better than having an option which doesn't fit at all, right? How would, okay, those of you who are marking B, how would academic book review be affected by your physical ecosystem? Come on. Academic book review, review of academic books. All those who've marked B, use your brains. How will your academic book review be affected by physical ecosystem? How will that happen? Tell me. Not happening. B doesn't complete the sentence. What is he trying to say? If academic book review dies, something will happen to the ecosystem. Academic book review is related to academic books, not fiction, not novels, not pulp fiction. So what would happen? Intelligence ecosystem with intelligence act. So the word here has to be an adjective. What kind of ecosystem? Will intelligence act as an adjective? Those of you who mark D, intelligence ecosystem nahi hoga. Intelligent people, I understand. Intelligence ecosystem nahi hoga. How will it work? How will the sentence make sense? Academics has to do with intellectual. A vital plank means foundation, basis. All right? No, the academic book review is on life support. All right. So that is a metaphor that academic book review is dying. The process of academic book review is dying. Nobody is reviewing academic books, but if this happens, if academic book review dies, our intellectual ecosystem will get affected. This is one of the vital features, a plank, a foundation, a basis of our ecosystem. All right? Just try to understand the meaning of the sentence like you are speaking the sentence. Then look at the options. All right? The options have to complete the sentence meaningfully and correctly in terms of grammar. Both cases. NMAT does this with 4 blanks. ZAT does it with 3-4 blanks. So you have to understand the meaning of the sentence. The words per se are not very difficult. Maybe one word. ZAT is good at giving you confusing words, commonly confused words. But generally, the level of the words that are tested would not be very difficult. You have to understand what it is. All right? Outdoor activities are, as ever, means as always, dash on the weather, which is dash to say the least. Now, this is an adjective to describe the weather. This is a word which tells you what the outdoor activities are dash. Outdoor activities are independent on the weather, which is constant to say the least, right? If you're playing outdoors, if your activities are outdoors, It is dependent on the weather. It cannot be independent of the weather. ये तो नहीं होगा. Contingency means any emergency, any sudden situation that comes up. ये भी नहीं होगा. Mercurial will happen. If somebody is very moody, you call him mercurial. He has a mercurial temperament. He is very moody. Mercurial is somebody whose moods change. All right. Contingent, when something is so there are two meanings of contingent. The Indian contingent to China, to the Asian Games, so proud of them. Contingent can be a team. Contingent here means dependent, something which depends on something else to happen. That's also, my coming to your house will be contingent on your doing something for me. Alright, depends. That's the condition. Capricious, constantly changing, unpredictable. Therefore, this is correct. Now remember, 3 words in the second options match. But we look, therefore the key here becomes the first option. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Excellent. Alright, next one. The dash of war forced the government to introduce dash measures. The dash of war forced the government to introduce dash measures. Situation, extravagant measures. Condition, porous measures. Hardship, frivolous measures. Or exigency, austerity measures. What do you think would go best? Prasanna, what does extravagant mean? Situation of war, condition of war, hardship of war, exigencies of war. All 4 I agree work. But Prasanna, tell me, what does extravagant mean? War ke time mein, do you expect governments to be extravagant? Just think and tell me. Vedant says D, Saket says C. Frivolous का मतलब क्या है Saket? Well, some of my students accuse me of being frivolous. Oh, don't worry. Why are you always comparing? China has more medals. China has always had more medals. But the fact that we are doing well in China where not a person is clapping for us. Alright. Extravagant means spending a lot. Got it? So, during war, the government tries to spend less. So, your meaning has to come out. So, government will try to spend less. Therefore, the emergency, the special situation that was created by war, the exigencies of war, forced the government to incorporate austerity measures. Lot of countries, when the economy is not doing well, government spends less. So those are called, it tells the people to spend less. Those are called austerity measures. Somebody says it doesn't work, whether it works or not, but during war you have to have austerity measures. Alright. Porous means you normally call, suppose let's say there's a border between 2 countries. The border is very, very strictly monitored and patrolled. That is okay. But suppose there's very little security there and people can move in and out. Then you say that the border between the 2 countries is porous. किसी को भी आना जाना हो सकता है. They can move in and out when they want. This is last year's ZAT question. I gave it as it is, one of the toughest questions in fill in the blanks. But I think you should work it out and figure it out. If you've worked it out before, try to see which 2 options were close, are close, and why would you choose one rather than the other. Okay? Oil painting did to appearance what capital did to social dash. It reduced everything to the dash of objects. Everything became dash because everything became a commodity. All reality was mechanically dash by its materiality. All right. Now, first at the when you read it, oil painting did to appearance what capital did to social dash. Okay, social justice हो सकता है, social relations हो सकता है, social construction not that much. It restored everything to the level of objects. It reduced everything to the level of objects. This was the most tempting word in option A. Relations works better than justice, but level works better than equality. But it reduced everything to the level of objects. At what level are objects? To the equality of objects means it equalized everything to objects. Everything became exchangeable because it was a commodities. Commodities are exchangeable. Now here you can't say expensive. All right, and measured. Here evaluated is a good word, but here the others don't work. Therefore, by eliminating option, C becomes good. Okay, you are still, when I marked last year, I was not happy with the word equality. Would still thought level would have been better, but others worked, and therefore C became a better. All right. Another one. A very rare case, I'll tell you what is very different for about question 6. When I ask people to name 3 recently implemented technologies that impact our world today, they usually propose the computers, the internet, and the laser. All 3 were unplanned, dash and dash upon their discovery. Okay, unplanned, dash, and remained dash well after their initial use. Unplanned, astonishing, and amazing discoveries, and amazing upon the discovery, remained amazing well after their initial use. Unplanned, astonishing, superb, and superb. What happens with unplanned? Which one marks well with unplanned? Unplanned, surprising, fulfilling, and remained unfulfilling. What we know is both these words should be the same or similar. Same or similar. Alright? So this doesn't work. Amazing, unplanned, amazing, and shocking. Think of these 3. Computers, internet, and the laser. What is shocking about it? Right? So what is the author trying to say? Unplanned. What goes with unplanned best? Amazing, astonishing, superb, or unpredictable? They were not predicted. Nobody knew they would do so well, and they did not really appreciate their full value, and they still remain unappreciated after their use. Okay, so the answer is E. Unplanned, astonishing नहीं होगा. Unplanned के साथ क्या जाएगा? You didn't make it with any plan. Its success was not, nobody thought this is what we want to do. Because it was unplanned, it was unpredicted. But the question here is, it remained unappreciated well into after their initial use. Generally, they don't give you 2 words which are the same. They at least give you synonyms. This was a strange case where option 2 and 3 had the same words. And even the options, they did the same. Alright, let's look at your synonyms and antonyms. Some of the words I have done in my editorial analysis. I mean, there are certain words which are frequently asked, which I ask in any class, if I either find it in the passage or as part of the synonyms, antonyms question. Identify the synonym of the given word. Laconic. Garrulous, voluble, brief, eloquent. Question 7. What is the answer? What is the meaning or synonym of garrulous? Of laconic? Laconic means brief. Another word for brief is? Alright. Garrulous means talkative. Voluble means wordy. Eloquent is somebody who speaks very well. Alright. What is the synonym of salubrious? Beneficial, harmful, obscene, or jejune? What is the synonym of salubrious? Synonym of salubrious. A man who speaks few words. Correct. Laconic. Laconic reply, a short reply, a brief reply, having a few words. Salubrious. Beneficial, harmful, obscene, or jejune. What do you think is the meaning? Salubrious climate, salubrious effects of a particular fruit or climatic conditions of a particular region. Salubrious means good for health. Alright, what does this word mean? Jejune, two meanings. One is boring. Okay. One is boring. Why is this not writing? Okay, 1 minute. One is boring. If your diet is boring, if your diet is, let me get my blue pen back. Okay, so one is, if a speech is jejune, it means it's boring. The other one is lacking nutrients. So you can speak of a jejune diet. Alright? Okay, who or what is a termagant? An irritable old man and a harsh-tempered woman, a deadly insect, or a destructive ant. What or who is a termagant? An irritable old man, a harsh-tempered woman, a deadly insect, or a destructive ant. A termagant. Question 9. A termagant is a harsh-tempered woman. Okay. I don't know why it is not used to describe men. I really don't know. There are a lot of harsh-tempered men too. They'll say irascible old man, incorrigible old man, but they don't call an irritable man a termagant. Alright. Some of the English is not a very gender neutral language. Alright. Synonym of imbroglio. Strategy, complication, trick, or plan. Similar, but which one is the exact synonym? I like some of your names. Virat Kohli. Alright. I should also have a name like that. For what? Victor, for which question? 10? Yeah, complication, a very complicated situation is called an imbroglio. Opprobrious comes from the word opprobrium. Alright, if you call something opprobrious, what are you calling it? No, we want the antonym, sorry. We want the opposite of opprobrious. Comes from the word opprobrium. Opprobrium means disgrace. Opprobrious means somebody who is acting in a very disgraceful manner. Unpleasant, and therefore the opposite is cordial or friendly. Alright, next one. 12. Taciturnity. What is the opposite of taciturnity? Antonym of taciturnity. Excellent. 11. All of you got the right answer. Opposite of taciturnity, you know about tacit agreement. There's a tacit understanding. हाँ, भी ही है. Alright. Nay, it just works out like that, Victor. Not that somebody has done it. What there's a tacit understanding between a teacher and her students. Tacit means unspoken. Taciturnity का opposite क्या होगा? Opposite of taciturnity. Reticence नहीं होगा. A reticence means the same as a reticence means silence. A reticent person is very laconic, doesn't speak much. Brevity is the same. Garrulity means talkativeness. अब विक्टर नहीं बोलेगा कि सबका बी है क्या, इसका डी है आंसर. ओके, so taciturnity means somebody who doesn't speak much. Okay, he is known for his taciturnity. Alright, I hope you will say that about me, but it will be a lie. Okay, I am known for my garrulity. I talk all the time. Yes. If you didn't notice, all the other words are all the same. No, brevity and reticence mean the same thing. Silence is similar. Okay. Alright, antonym of facile. Antonym of facile. Facile victory, facile solution, facile. Khushi, which question's answer? Please mention the question number. There's a slight lag, right? So I'm not able to figure out if the B is for the previous question, the present question. Alright? What does facile mean? Easy, superficial, profound, or effortless? Facile means easy, facile means superficial, facile means effortless, opposite is deep or profound. What is the opposite of impecunious? Impecunious. The word peck, the origin, the root word peck, could be the Latin origin or Greek origin. In one, the meaning of peck is money, in the other, the meaning is fault. What is the root of this word? What does it mean? And I want the opposite. Once you know the meaning, Vedant, what was the answer for 13? 13 ka answer C tha because we wanted the opposite, Vedant, not the meaning. Got it? What is the opposite of what does impecunious mean and what is the opposite? Impecunious means poor, right? Impecunious means poor. Excellent. So the opposite would be affluent. Impecunious exact meaning is penurious. Alright, pecuniary to do with money, thrifty somebody who is reluctant to spend money. Alright, let's go to your favorite subject, grammar. Okay, I have just touched upon 4 or 5 rules so that you know about it. Penury means poverty, lack of money. Yes. He is one of the greatest actors who lives in India today. He is one of the greatest actor who lives in India today. He is one of the greatest actors who live today in India. Or he is one of the greatest actor that lives today in India. What is the right option? Question 15. Read the options, see where each read the first sentence like this and the other sentences like this to figure out what is the difference between the options and then decide. Right? So I'm getting 2 answers, B and C. One of the greatest is always followed by, there are many great actors, one of the greatest actors, always. Should not say one of my friend, you should always say one of my friends. Alright, now the moment you use a relative pronoun, who, which, or that, what does the who stand for? He or actors? What is the who replacing? Actors. Is the word before it singular or plural? Is the relative pronoun replacing a singular or a plural subject? Plural. So what will be here? You should use a plural. So whenever you have who, which, or that, a relative pronoun in the sentence, figure out what is it talking about. If this is plural, this has to be plural. So the answer is, you can say who or that, by the way, with greatest. He is the funniest man that I have ever seen is correct. But here the mistake is not the use of that, but the use of the word actor. Alright? Who lives is wrong, A is wrong. Alright? Alright, next one. Since we'll have a lot of these 3-in-1 topics, I thought I should have a actor nahi aayega. One of my friends, one of the actors, one of the greatest actors, one of the most beautiful women, plural hoga. Okay? And the moment you use a who, then the word which follows it has to match the word it replaces. So one of the greatest actors who live in India, plural. A pair of socks has been found in the playground. A pair of socks have been found in the playground. In the playground, a pair of socks have been found. Or in the playground, a pair of socks are found. Which one is the correct answer? I see lots of answers for A. Any change? Everyone A. Socks is plural, but a pair of socks is singular. When you use just socks, remember it is plural. These socks are dirty. Alright? These scissors are sharp. These specs are dirty. I have been blessed or cursed, I don't know, with a pair very long eyelashes. And I sweat a lot. So my specs are always, kind of hazy. So when I see, I'll say my spectacles are dirty. Are. But the moment I say a pair of, it becomes singular. Alright? Okay, good. Next. So that is one kind of sentence correction. You have another kind of sentence correction where they give you a sentence, break it up into 4 parts, and the last part is no error. Sometimes they give you sentences without errors also. So read the sentence, identify which part of the sentence has the error. If there is no error, say E. And if you are marking A, B, C or D, tell me how would you correct it. Alright, tell me how you would correct the sentence. We came to this city in 2000 and lived here ever since. Palak, how would you correct it? Rajvi, how would you correct it? Prasanna, how would you correct it? But what Rajvi, he means to say that 2000 se ab tak. 2000 se ab tak, we've from 2000 till now. So ever since 2000 till the present. You've corrected it, but you marked the answer wrong. Okay. Which is the mistake is you have given me an answer which doesn't match with the answer you have marked. फर्क नहीं पड़ता दीपांशु whether you mention the ever since lived here or lived here ever since. It's understood. How would you correct it, Sonali? If it is C, how would you correct it? And how would you correct it? Nidhi, how would you correct it? If C is wrong, correct the part and give me the correct version quickly, and I'll show you the answer. Ever since means from then till now. It's understood, Palak. It's not required. Exactly. No. So if it is missing in C, Rajvi, C is the mistake. Alright, either have lived here or have been living here. Both are correct. So here you have to say have lived here ever since or have been living here ever since. Both are correct. So Rajvi, you gave me the answer have lived here and then you marked it something else. If lived here is wrong and needs a have there, then C is the part with the mistake, not D. That is another mistake I used to make. Oh, you said C? I'm sorry, I saw it as something else. Okay, I'm sorry. Then I saw some other answer. Have been living here. I'm sorry. Okay. I saw it as D. My mistake. I will not say my bad. My bad is wrong English. Alright. I know when my children say it, I say, why do you do that? You know how my bad started. Your generation, all of you say that. Chinese people in America, I'm not being racist here, when they didn't know English and they would say, a person who didn't know English, my mistake, he would say my bad. And people picked it. So wrong English gets picked up very fast. Alright. It should be my mistake. Alright, and I apologize, Rajvi. I saw it wrong. Okay. He fell down last week and since then he did not leave the house. He fell down last week and since then he did not leave the house. I don't understand those emoticons. Okay. They're very cute though. And I like all those GIFs that you people send, cute little dogs and cats. Love them. He fell down last week and since then he did not leave the house. Where is the mistake? If no mistake, mark E. Somebody told me, ma'am, my English is good, but when they ask me sentences like this, I get confused. And I don't blame you, but this is the way they ask questions. Alright, this time, Rajvi, I noticed you marked D and I shall not make a mistake. Tell me, how would you correct it? Palak, Rajvi, Priyanshi, how would you correct it? Fell down last week, since then he did not leave the house. Correct it for me. If it is D, tell me how would you correct D? Virendra, give me the correct sentence. Now that you've given me the answer, I don't know if it's correct or wrong. Wahi hua na Palak. Okay. You got the answer. You got the answer right for the wrong reasons. Okay. Has not. See, the moment you have since then, you have to use the participle form has or have. I have been living here. He has not left the house. Because you're talking of the time from the time hasn't left, from the time he fell to now. So you have to use has or have to show the time period. You cannot say did not leave the house. Okay. That last year, surprisingly many students got it wrong. One question actually, one statement confused them. I love these questions in that, and when I see them, most of the time what happens in an exam is when I see an easy question, I'm sitting and praying, let my students get it right, let my students get it right. If I see a small mistake somewhere, I say, I hope they notice that, I hope they notice that. Half my tension in an exam is, I hope the students have noticed that. Pretty tense situation. And the worst embarrassment is when I am told at the gate, parents are not allowed. I say, I am a student, I've come to write the test. And I've been writing it for the last 20 years. More than that. I won't tell you how many. Keep guessing my age. Don't get it right. Alright. Which of the options have all the correct sentences? So first identify the correct sentences and then mark. So sometimes the question asks you to mark the wrong sentences. Sometimes asks you to mark the correct sentences. You have to be very careful with that also. Okay, Sonali says it's E. That means 3, 4 and 6. The correct sentences, right? Okay. Rajvi, you mark the correct sentences. Remember, you have to mark the correct sentences. Sonali, I hope you mark the correct sentences. I don't know. I will correct it and I'll see. Each one we will discuss and we will see. E, B, E. Okay. You have to mark the options where the correct sentences have been mentioned. B is 1, 3, 4. Okay. A, somebody says 2, 3, 5. All right. All right. In spoken English, we say this. The exam will begin from 2 p.m. No. The exam will begin at 2. When you are giving a point of time, it is at 2. The doctor will see patients from 6 p.m. till 2 or till 9 p.m. But at say 2 p.m. So this is wrong. While entering into the college building. Entering का मतलब क्या है? To get into the building, right? So why would you enter into? Enter means get into. So second one is wrong. The government has entered into a discussion. That is the correct phrasal verb. Okay? Entering a building but enter into a discussion is correct. Why? Don't ask me. Idiomatically correct. I will start my world tour from Sri Lanka. Amitabh Bachchan is married to. Okay, some students now, I have heard somebody say it yesterday, so I didn't want to correct them in class. Do not say he is already married. Married, not marriaged. Okay, I've been working on this project for 3 weeks. Alright, when you tell the time period, you have to say 3 weeks. If you're telling the starting of the action, I've been working on this project since August. Alright, okay, so the correct answer is E. Ina, yeah. Okay, next one. Again, that last year. That last year they gave prepositions. Most of the time the sentence errors are based on prepositions, articles, subject verb agreement, and sometimes tenses. Last couple of years it's been mostly prepositions and articles, some usage questions. So once you have your articles and prepositions and tenses figured out, which is what we did today, you're kind of on good ground. I just hope they give more than 2 questions. They won't. Alright. Now you have to identify the incorrect sentences. Your combination of correct sentences will be one answer option. A combination of wrong options will be another answer option. So you have to be careful. Yeah. Pranita thinks it's C, Sarvesh thinks it's A, Sonali C, Prasanna A and C, there seems to be a tussle. Dipanshu has entered the fray with a D. Okay, let's look at the first one. I think I understand where Dipanshu was confused. The boss accused, you accuse somebody of, you're punished for stealing, you accuse somebody of some crime. Alright? The boss had better, you'd better discuss. Okay? So, boss had better discuss the issue with the employee concerned is correct. Look up this option. Okay? You'd better do it. The boss had better done it is correct. Alright? The India of 2022 is, many students ask, different from or different than. Different from is generally accepted. The government is committed to doing something. This is also correct. Committed to providing people, not provide people. He is good at something. Alright, so 1 and 5 are the incorrect sentences. Alright. Okay, you did a great job. Very happy. No. Had but means kar lena. It's a good idea to do it, Prasanna. Look up that expression because it's asked very often in some form or the other. I will do it in class properly. I'll discuss it next time with more examples. Alright. Those joining free trial before the class. Alright. Yes, that's why we say no, had better discuss, not discussed. Not discussed. Alright. Had better discuss this. Alright. That is an idiomatic usage. Upcoming new batch scholarship test on 7th of October. All India open mock. The window is still open. 29th to 8th October. I hope all of you have taken it. Join our social media handles so that you can attend the session. By the way, yesterday's session was very hurried, the NMAT crash course. So we're trying to have the session again, those of you who missed it and those of you who we could not cover all the questions. Vikrant or I will take the session again. So look out for that. Alright. You are good at maths, good at playing the piano, good at batting, good at bowling. Palak, that's the usage. Alright? You are good at something. Like you are good at maths. I am not good at maths. Never have been. Somehow managed to get through with a good memory. The only thing that I really enjoyed was geometry and actually coordinate geometry. I did well in calculus. My father had dreams of me following in my brother's footsteps and becoming an engineer, but I was never good at it. Alright? Okay, see you guys. I'll see you very soon, Tuesday, for the editorial analysis. Vikrant or I will be retaking the session on verbal reasoning 2. Those of you who missed it, those who attended also, there were quite a few questions that I did not discuss because of paucity of time and many couldn't hear me properly. There were lots of issues. So we'll set all those right. Alright, I'll see you again. Bye-bye.